I was always trying to get like, Kere to like me, I will say, you know what, let me do this.
Please her.
She would like me. But nothing was ever enough for her.
You will never be anything in life, but keep trying. One day you will just get tired and you will take your life.
I slit my wrist. Ne? Yeah. This is the scar.
Yeah.
I slit my wrist
Ooh,
so deep. I was bleeding like crazy.
Let me introduce to you the new kid on the block. Mel Lavi is a new skincare range that recently launched. It is for face and for body. We deal with hyperpigmentation, anti-aging, wrinkles, natural glow. We also deal with dark inner areas. We target dark inner thighs, dark armpits, dark neck, dark elbows, dark knees, you name it. We also have a shaving combo. This shaving combo deals with ingrowns and shaving bumps. Both men and women can use this good quality product shaving range. We've got good actives in our product from glycolic acid, hyaluronic acid, kojic acid, and many more. You can contact us on the WhatsApp number that is popping on the screen, or you can reach out to us on all our social media platforms. We are here for all your skin needs. Hi, everyone. Welcome to O Narrative Podcast by myself, Promise Makuyane. This podcast is about marriage and family dynamics. If you'd like to be a guest on our podcast, you can write to us on the email address that is popping on the screen. Do not forget to put your number, preferably your WhatsApp number, so that we can contact you once we vet your story. Guys, do not forget that we do have a sister podcast on the very same channel. It's called The Working Wife, The Working Woman podcast. That podcast is really about women working, women inspiring each other to do it for themselves, women showing us or showing each other, that we can do it with or without men, outside marriages, And it airs, that particular podcast airs on, sorry, my phone distracted me, but I'm going on. That particular podcast airs on Sundays at 6 p.m. I always say that it's good to have a man do stuff for you, but it's much more better if you can do stuff for yourself. So this podcast that you're watching today, it airs on Wednesdays, every Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Guys, in today's episode, we have a lovely lady that I think my assistant collided with your story on TikTok.
Yes.
On TikTok, Nombulelo.
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 Yes.
Welcome to the show, Nombulelo, and thank you for making time to come. I want to read this before you introduce yourself. I saw on your socials this. You said, my childhood photos were destroyed, but somehow AI gave me a glimpse of a little girl I used to be. I'll never forget her again. So just this, my childhood photos were all destroyed.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, I think my mom probably burned my pictures or got rid of them. Yeah. But this was after everything that happened in my childhood. Yeah. So should I explain the story from the beginning?
I think
not the message that I posted was from my mother.
Yes. Yeah. I'm still gonna go to the message that your mother. My phone is off now. Okay. I'm still gonna go to to the message that your mother. Yes. Okay. But because this is the first post that I've just seen on your.
Yeah. So we had back at home, we have an album.
Yeah.
The family pictures. Yeah. So my mom got rid of all my pictures besides my siblings, only my pictures. And I don't really have any of my childhood pictures. Yeah. So when I posted that picture on Chat GPT, it took exactly how I used to look like. So it kind of made me emotional that I can't see that face again, but at least I have a glimpse of what I used to look like.
So, girl, I'm going to read the message that we saw on TikTok. This message is coming from your mom.
From my mother, yes.
The one that gave birth to you.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I am 23 next month.
Yeah. Okay. This message goes like, you will never be anything in life, but keep trying. One day you will just get tired and you will take your life. I see you blocked me on WhatsApp, but that doesn't change the fact that ke go tshwere ka pelo for what your father did to me years ago. I wanted to abort you, but it didn't work. And 23 years later, I'm stuck with you. And every time I look at you, I see your father. You will never fit in anywhere. you will never get married. And that makes me happy seeing that comes to life. And happy when your life gets tough, don't come to me. Oh,
I'm sorry.
no, that's fine. Hey, bo. Do you have a child yourself?
A child?
Yeah.
No.
I wanted to. I'm like, I'm a mom myself, right? I want to understand, how do I get here as a mom? Like, how did you get here with your mom? Now, give us your story.
Okay. I was raised in a small village called Tlakajeng in Mafikeng by my grandmother and grandfather. My mom has always been distant from a young age. I've never really known my mom from a young age. She's always been distant, and when she came to visit, she would always she didn't give me that attention as a child. She would always give my siblings. And by the way, I have six siblings.
You're a firstborn.
I'm a third. Yeah. So the first one and the second one were the favorite kids. They were always, praised and stuff like that. And then when she comes, she wouldn't give me attention, and she was always abusive towards me from a young age. I didn't really understand what was going on with her, and I didn't really ask because I was just looking for, that validation from my mom and that love. So I didn't understand what was going on because I was young. So when I was staying with my grandmother and grandfather, it hasn't always been easy for me because I didn't fit in. And I was always like a distant child, quiet child, because I felt like I was different from my siblings. That's why she didn't like me. And then when I was doing grade 8, she took me, my mom. I went to stay with her in Klerksdorp, Alabama. That's when I experienced the abuse. The abuse wasn't only physical, it was also mental and emotional. I used to travel 5 kilometers to school and from school every day. And then when I arrive at home, I'm supposed to take care of my other siblings. And it wasn't always easy for me because I wasn't really doing well at school because I had to manage between doing chores and taking care of my siblings. Basically being the parent to my siblings while also trying to be a parent to myself. And she would always punish me for small things. Like, she would always find a mistake, even if I was always trying to get, get her to like me, I would say, you know what, let me do this.
Please her.
She would like me. But nothing was ever enough for her. Like,
the goalpost moved every time.
Nothing was ever enough for her. She would always find a mistake in anything that I do. I would try to clean the house, make sure that my siblings are fed and, everything's okay in the house. Yeah. Just so that she can see that I'm trying to, don't you see that I'm trying to,
meet you?
Yeah. Like, why can't you like me? You understand? When she comes inside the house, she would look for that specific thing that I didn't do. Probably maybe if I left a teaspoon in the sink, I'll get a whooping for that. Like a serious beating for just leaving a teaspoon in the zinc, But I kept on trying to get her validation and just, I was like, nah, she's my mom. At the end of the day, she will like me. I'll just keep on trying and trying and trying. There was this one time, I never forget this memory. It's always like playing in my brain over and over again. I was going to school and then we were attending extra classes because they told me that I'm not doing well at school. I didn't even want to tell her that I'm not doing because she didn't care.
Yeah.
So I went to school. And then they told me that I should stay for AMA extra classes. Sharp. I agreed. The school is very far, so I have to make sure that at least I leave around 3 and I'm going to arrive around 5. I couldn't leave around 3. Yes. Every day I was walking to school and to from school. I had to make sure that at least I leave at 3 so I can get home early. But I couldn't because the class was extended to,
Yeah.
I left around 4:04. And then that day I got mugged because it was late. And it's on the side of the road. They call it N12. I was mugged and the guy was like physical, I don't know what was going on with that guy. He wanted my phone and then we got physical. He was beating me and stuff. I got injured. And then there was a guy who was coming from the other side. He saw what was going on and then he offered to take me home because I wasn't okay. The guy was like, he almost killed me that day.
Yeah.
And then when I arrived home, the first thing that she could, like I told her, okay, this is what happened. They took my phone. And then she said, you're lying. You came with a man. So it means you gave your boyfriend that phone. The guy that was outside. Say you gave your boyfriend that phone. And then instead of the comfort, like I expected so much comfort from her because I'm coming from school, I'm tired, and this horrific thing happened to me. And I have to pass there every day to relieve that trauma. So the least I can get from you is like, it's going to be fine, or maybe I'll get you transport so you can be safe. She started hitting me on top of all the bruises that I had.
No.
Yeah. And then she just said, "Tsoga," like "Tsoga," and start cleaning and stuff like that. She didn't care. My mom is like, she doesn't care. Whether you cry or you bleed, she doesn't care. And then there's another episode where my sister was pregnant, the second born. And even her, she's just like my mom. Because one thing about narcissist abuse, it doesn't just end with the parent. It also, the parent divides the kids. Some of them become like her, and then others, they become distant. But it's very rare for, others to become distant. Mostly they become narcissists just like her. So my sister's just like my mom. So she was pregnant and she's the favorite child. She's praised at home and stuff. She's programmed to feel like she's better than everyone. She doesn't apologize. She's very abusive and everything. So, but I'll explain later on. My sister was pregnant and there was a woman that was sending her texts like via WhatsApp. I think they were fighting for a boyfriend, her and my sister. She got I think my sister was really scared at that time and she was emotional and she's pregnant. So she has to be feeling like that. Yeah. And then my mom came from work and then she started accusing me that I'm the one who's sending my sister those texts. She said, you don't love your sister. You hate her. You've been like this from a young age. You really don't like her. And you can see that she's even pregnant, but you have the audacity to send her those messages. That's when she started saying these things about abortions. Yeah, she would say, I wish I would have aborted you from a young age. I wish like this, I wish you should, every time I wish you should. So I started to feel like, actually, I don't deserve anything in the life, because if my own mom doesn't see me as deserving, then who will?
The one that gave me life.
Exactly. So I started to believe that, you know what, I'm not worth anything in life.
Yeah.
I started to look down on myself a lot. Like I lost so much confidence, self-esteem. My self-esteem was so low that every time when I pass by, when people talk, and even if they're just having a random conversation about anything that doesn't even concern me, I'll think that they're talking about me. Yeah. And she turned everyone against me, the whole family. She would say that I'm a troubled child. What does that mean? Like, there's something that you're hiding. That's why you're like that.
Oh.
That's why you're quiet. Because they used to ask, the visitors will always ask, why is your child so quiet? But she wouldn't say, nah, she's just a quiet child. She doesn't really like talking much. She would just say, and like those things, and people will start believing because she's the mother. Yeah. So I didn't really get a chance to be a child. Yeah. I didn't really get a chance because I was taking care of my siblings. I was always tired, and she would also deprive me of sleep. My mom used to work she's still working in a hospital. She's a security guard. So sometimes I'm on night shifts and then sometimes day shifts. When she's working night shifts, that's when I meet hell. Like, I don't sleep. I have to make sure that before she knocks off at 6, she's already at home, and she expects everything to be nice and clean. Yeah, so I didn't really get a chance to be, I was always like anxious, that she'll just enter anytime and she'll start beating me. She used to beat me regularly to a point where I even lost the ability to cry. I'll just stand there and let her do her thing. Like, you know what, just wrap it up already, I'm tired. Yeah. And I was depressed from a young age. I didn't really like talking. I was just always quiet, and because I felt like people don't understand me. They don't. And the moment I tried to, how I defended myself was a little bit weird because I got, physical most of the time. If I wanted to defend myself, that's the only way I could, which was wrong because I ended up hurting a lot of people that wanted to be there for me. Yeah. My mom's place was always chaotic, and I still have like her voice, like I can still hear her voice even when I don't stay with her anymore. Yeah. And I used to be so afraid of her that I could feel that she's coming before she even enters the house. That her aura was so thick. Every time when she just enters, I know that, I'm about to be it's about to go down. Like, yeah. So I was always on my feet. I didn't really focus at school. I was just focused on, I'll say, being safe. I just wanted to be safe, and I wasn't even safe around her because even at times I'd used to her. I'm just used to her to scream. Like, she used to scream a lot. So when she doesn't, I become uncomfortable because I know that you're chaotic. So why are you quiet? Yeah. So I'll just stand up and go sit outside because I'm not used to you be like that. Yeah.
Oh.
So this abuse continued, and I used to tell my dad that I don't like living here. It's not nice. The environment is not nice. I don't cope at school. I don't do well at school. My dad didn't believe me because I don't think anybody would ever believe that a mother can treat a child like that. Not everyone can believe that.
Yeah.
Unless if you've actually went through the same experience, then you can believe that.
And
And
you
then
were not staying with your dad?
No, I wasn't. But he was trying, he was always checking up on me, sending me money and stuff like
Is
that.
it only your dad or everybody's dad within your siblings?
Within my siblings, it's me and my second sister.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he found out later that I was actually telling the truth, and then he came to fetch me. That's when I thought, you know what, I think now I can actually be safe. But it was actually the opposite.
What?
Not really like the abuse, just me. Because I was so used to being in a chaotic environment, right? And my dad is like a very peaceful guy. He can be in the house. You would even swear that he's not there. He's very peaceful. He's welcoming. And he was trying to understand me, but he couldn't because I'm not used to like people being peaceful towards me and stuff. I'm used to love being shown in chaos. If it comes in a peaceful form, I can't accept it. It's not what I'm used to. My brain is not used to that kind of, My dad tried a lot with me, honestly. He took me to school, extra classes so I can catch up like other kids. Yeah, like he did almost everything to get me that life, that I've never had. But I couldn't accept that life because it's not something familiar. And when I sit with the whole family, my dad was married the first time. He was married to a Tswana wife. Yeah. They were like peaceful people.
You were staying with them?
Yeah, they were peaceful people. Besides everything that was going on in the family, they were just peaceful people. So I didn't really... they were just weird to me. I was uncomfortable all the time because I'm not used to this kind of treatment. What's going on with you guys, So I started to have fights with the whole family.
Sure.
Yeah, it will be so chaotic. Why are you doing this? He'll reprimand me. Why are you doing this? Please behave and stuff like that.
Like, what would you be doing? Like, do you have half siblings there?
I have one and a stepbrother.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we used to fight because I felt like he was getting more of like the nice treatment more than me, but it wasn't like that because, and I also felt like her mother had a problem with me, so I would just make assumptions in generally because these people, they were peaceful people. Besides anything that happened, for the marriage to end, they were peaceful people.
Yeah.
I didn't have any problem besides the fact that I needed to heal, it wasn't anything with them. So, I couldn't handle that situation. It was too much for me. Like, it was uncomfortable.
Unfamiliar.
Yeah. So I ran away.
Sure.
Yeah. I ran away, and at that time when I was staying with my dad, I was a problematic child. Like, I used to drink a lot, smoke weed.
And I'm sure your mom was like,
yes. She was like, yeah, boy.
I told you.
Yes. Yeah, she was so proud, Shem.
Yeah.
She's like, she gets so proud when I fail.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was giving her that thing that, I will never make it in life. And then I used to drink and I'll come home and cause drama, those things and stuff like that. But they didn't give me that thing that I wanted.
Fight.
The fight, they wouldn't give me. They would just say, go and sleep. Please, go and sleep. You wake up tomorrow, we'll talk. I don't want to talk. I want chaos. Give me something that I know.
Yes.
So
Can
the more
we
they
fight?
did that, can we fight, please, guys? The more they did that, they freaked me out and I was overwhelmed and I couldn't handle the situation. So I ran away.
Yeah.
There used to be a guy that I used to chill with. He used to buy me alcohol and stuff. I moved in with the guy. I was 19. Yeah.
You were done with school.
I was done with school. Yeah. I just matriculated. I didn't even think about, furthering my studies. I was just focused on having a nice life and, being in a peaceful place. You know what? Yeah. And then I moved in with the guy. He was okay at first, the guy. He was okay and everything.
You guys now are dating?
We are dating, yeah. He was okay. He gave me his room because he's staying somewhere And then like I think he has 2 houses. I don't know what was going on there. So I was living in that room until he said, when you get a job, then you can move out. Nah, it's like he just wanted me to relax, this guy. That's when he started becoming what my mom was, but in a man form.
Sure.
Yeah. That guy was like, he was sexually abusive. And
you're in a relationship.
we're in a relationship. Worst part about that relationship, it traumatized me like a lot. Because the guy wasn't just sexually abusive, he was also emotional. And I used to do things that I didn't like. Like he would force me to do. There was this time we were drinking wine. And then I don't know what was in that wine. And after a couple of, chilling hours in J, I started becoming like, not drunk, but I can feel like I can't control myself. Like I'm actually numb, I can't move and stuff. So he just said, lay there on the bed. Yeah, well, I will see what the problem is, or maybe I'll give you medicine. He went out. I thought he's going to buy me something. And then he came with his friends. So at that time I couldn't do anything,
Yes.
I couldn't do anything. And I was so scared. I couldn't even scream. They did whatever they did. And yeah.
Which is what?
They
were taking tens with you?
Yeah.
How many were they?
I think I lost count.
I'm so sorry. There's water there. Oh, but
It's fine. I don't need water.
This was your partner.
The next morning, I told him I didn't like what you did yesterday, but I said it politely because I don't have anywhere to live. Like I ran away from my dad, and I can't call him and ask him to come and fetch me and stuff. Because even when I left, things were not okay because I sweared at my dad. I cursed him, all of those bad things. I said a lot of horrific things to my dad. So the thought of calling him and telling him that this is what happened, can you please come and fetch me? I couldn't. So I had to stay and endure whatever that was going on. And the abuse didn't just stop that day. It continued. And it even got into a point where those guys started giving him money in exchange for the sex.
Oh, started being a pimp. You're saying they started giving your boyfriend money,
Yeah,
in exchange for sex with you.
Yeah.
So he started pimping you.
yeah. So it was too much for me because I got an STI. The STI was so bad, and I was so fed up. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna live like this. This is not what I signed up for. I called my dad, and I thought he was gonna, like my mom.
Yeah.
He was gonna curse me and stuff. He just said, it's fine, I'm gonna come and fetch you.
Ugh, man.
Yeah. My dad is like he's a loving man. And I got so hurt when I saw my mom saying all those things about him, because I feel like my mom doesn't know my dad that much. And I know that if I was a man also, I wouldn't stay in that relationship. Yeah. So he came and fetched me. At that time, he separated with his first wife. Yes, he was, I think he was engaged with the current one that he married. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were not judging me and stuff, and they didn't know what happened. I didn't really want to talk about it because it's like I didn't want to be
Exposing
judged.
yourself,
Yeah.
especially to your dad.
Yeah. So I put my bag on top of my bed. It had like the medicine they gave me for the STI and the PrEP,
Ish.
So, and then I went out to go and see my friends. So I think she went through my bag, my stepmom. I don't really like calling her this. I like calling her mom.
Yeah.
She went through my bag and she saw those things. She got concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she didn't really know that I don't have a relationship with my sister. Yeah. So she sent
Your
my
sister, which is what?
The second one.
The one you
Yeah.
come after.
Yeah. She sent my sister the message, where I'm worried about your sister. This is what I found in her bag. Not knowing that, uvuli Bluetooth for everything. You know what? So my sister didn't know. So I think that's why she did it. And then I went out, and then the next day, I think I went out again. When I was going through, like, you know, when you're passing by the street, you can hear people are talking about you. And they're like, we are in a low STI. I'm like, what? A STI? So my friend is like, "Bakul mangal." I'm like, no, there's no way.
How do they know?
Yeah, but I was like, nah, there's no way. So they're probably, maybe I'm hallucinating or something like that. So there's no way. Nobody knows that. Nah. I can feel, man, but man, they're talking about me. There's no way. And then one person came, they're like, your sister sent people this. I got so, like, I was so furious that day. Like, so furious. Because she doesn't understand what happened that night. We don't know what I went through. But you going around and telling everyone my trauma. And people don't care. They're just going to say, lie, get over STI. They don't care, you know. I went home. I'm like, the only person who could have, like, okay, in that text, my sister screenshotted a conversation in
your mom.
Yeah.
Stepmom, yeah.
Then that's what I saw. I went there. I was so furious at that lady, and I started having fights with her.
With your dad's wife.
Yeah. I started to dislike her in a way, and I didn't want to listen when she speaks because that thing traumatized me, and you're going around telling everyone. Yeah. So we started having regular fights. Every time we would fight, and you should tell my dad, your daughter is very disrespectful, and I don't want to intervene and stuff. So can you please talk to her? So my dad is now reflecting, going back to he came to my room. It's like, remember how things ended. I don't want things to end like that.
Yes.
Can you please try and behave? I said, I'm not gonna live here. Anyway, I left again.
Yeah. Sure.
I left. But luckily I got a job from a friend who took me in. Yeah. I got a job, and then I started working. Yeah. And then I met a guy, a Congolese guy. Yeah. He was okay. And then at 21, I got engaged by the same guy, the Congolese guy.
Okay.
My sister was furious, Shem. She got, because everything that she thought was gonna happen didn't. Yeah, but she was furious, and she started going after the guy that I was dating, the Congolese guy.
Okay.
Yeah. And, you know, my mom had to be involved because I think according to culture, I'm a Congolese, the people that are supposed to handle lobola is the side of the family. Yeah, Mama Kongoba. We're not, my dad and my mom are not married.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had to go back and, you know, just just in jail for that in jail, that part. The guy also took me to therapy. He was a nice guy. He took me to therapy because we were fighting a lot. Yeah. Took me to therapy and stuff like that. And I think my sister didn't really like that. So that's why she was behaving the way she was behaving. So after my mom found out that I'm living a nice life, that's when she wanted to get closer to me now. But because I've always wanted that, I don't hate her even now. I can't. Yeah.
It's your
she's my mom.
Mom, yeah.
Even my sister can't hate her because I understand why she is the way she is. So she asked me, how much is the guy gonna pay for lobola? I said, I don't know. Maybe they probably pay 30 now, and then he's gonna pay the remaining later on. Yeah. And then the relationship just went on. My mom will text me, can you please send me some money? I'll do that. Yeah. But I didn't understand that relationship was rooted from me being engaged and like being with the guy that has money.
Yeah.
It wasn't because she genuinely wanted to rekindle things and yeah. She was just doing it because she wanted that money that I'm getting. Yeah, so the guy cheated. The guy cheated, and I found out. Yes, he cheated, and then I found out. And then after the whole thing, I stayed, by the way, but it wasn't nice. You can't stay in a relationship where you're cheated on. You'd always remember that this guy did this. He'll probably do it again.
Yeah.
So I became a little insecure, you know? Yeah. So, and then the guy, we broke up after, because I couldn't take it anymore.
Move past that.
And then we went back like together again. Like it was back and forth. Yes.
Okay.
Then this time around, it was a little different because he was busy with my sister, but I didn't know.
Oh.
Yeah. So I didn't know. And people were talking. People from that area, they like talking a lot. And it's boring, Jay. They like talking. But I didn't, because I don't really take them to, they can talk and now it's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
But they were consistently like reminding me, "Oh, your sister is busy with that guy." But I was like, nah. Even
You
my
never
boss,
believed it?
I didn't want to believe it. Even my boss would say, "Can you please be careful with your sister?"
Did you ever confront your husband, your
Yeah, I
fiance?
did. Because
And he said
I
no.
confronted him and I told him, "Can you please give me your phone?" I just said, "Give me your phone." He said, "Okay, give me the phone." I saw the chats, between her and my sister. Then I confronted him based on those chats. He said, "Your sister's doing your duties while you are working."
Ooh.
So he said that. And then the reason why he said that is because I work from 9 in the morning until I was working in a pub.
Yeah.
From 9 in the morning until 2. So I didn't really have a lot of chance to catch up with him. I was always unavailable. So I understand why he cheated, but it also doesn't make sense. Why would it be my sister? Why didn't you? Yeah. So I broke up with the guy.
Again.
I moved on, not like completely moved on. Then that's when depression started to hit me a lot. So
What year is this?
it's 2023. Yeah. Depression started to kick in. I tried to kill myself because the trauma was now, when you are in that point in life where you need to heal, but you're just avoiding that phase. Yeah. So it kept on coming back to me like that. But this time around was coming as an approval that you'll never be anything in life.
Oh.
You'll never be anything. No matter how much you try, you'll never be anything.
You tried to escape the life, now you are back.
Yeah. So I lost my job. I lost everything. Like everything that I worked hard for. From a shoe to a couch. I had to sell everything because I wasn't doing well financially and I didn't want to go back home or to my dad, because the relationship wasn't always good because of I didn't know that I needed to heal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was attending therapy, but I wasn't consistent, And if you skip that phase of therapy, it will come back to you.
Yeah.
So I slit my wrist. Yeah. This is the scar.
Yeah.
I slit my wrist
Ooh,
so deep. I was bleeding like crazy. Then I was unconscious. They took me to the hospital. The thing didn't work. There was a guy in the same room as me. I think that guy was actually sent to save me and stuff like that. Yeah. Nah, he spoke some wisdom into me and stuff like that.
What did he say?
He said, this is like a temporary solution. Yeah. And when I look at you, you have a nice aura and you're a leader. He said you're a leader. You're supposed to be a leader. You can't be a leader because you're clouded by everyone around you. Everyone is making you feel like you're crazy or they're making you feel like you're not destined for greatness.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you to remove yourself from that circle and you see greatness. He wasn't lying. I blocked everyone from that side of the family.
Yeah.
I moved to my own apartment.
Wow.
I started life afresh and I could feel that this is what I've been looking for in life, but I was looking for it in the wrong places. Yeah. But even now I'm still, receiving those kind of texts. They hurt, but it's like they help me heal in a way. Because I sometimes just sit down and be like, I'm really powerful, Like I'm a masterpiece, to be honest. Because you try to abort me probably maybe more than 2 times because you've been mentioning that thing from a young age and it didn't work out. And turns out 23 years later, I'm still here.
Yeah.
And I'm still going.
And I'm still your pain.
I'm still your pain because you're still sending me texts. Even when I stay almost 8 hours away from you, you're still sending me texts. So you're threatened by me, even when I'm not in your presence. Now that you can't fight your own battles, you're sending your siblings. Because this thing of my sister dating the guys that I did, it didn't really end with the ex-fiance. She still does it even now. The current guy that I'm dating, she should text the guy and ask him to send her money, all of those things.
How old is your sister?
She's turning 27. Yeah. And she hates me because she thought I wouldn't make it in life.
Yeah.
She thought I would be everything that my mom said I will be, but I didn't. I turned out to be the opposite of what they wanted me to be. Wow. So she hates me for that. And most of the time she'll make funny remarks that there was this one time she told people that I made a BBL. She's like, what, girl? A BBL is 50K. But
also your bum are too big.
But a BBL is 50K, mama.
Yes.
It's 50K. That's like
More than
triple my
that.
salary and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I was like, she's crazy.
I'm
And then she's
joking.
like, she's trying to live a life she can't afford. That's why she have braces on. Girl, I'm trying to fix my teeth.
Yeah.
You understand? So I can look nice.
I'm
It's not
fixing
that personal.
myself.
It's not that deep. She always make funny comments about me. And this one time she said, I'm making abortions. Like I made Buma 4 abortions. I'm like, I'm 23 and I don't have a child and I'm not planning on having a child anytime soon. You hate me because you had a child at a young age. It's okay. We don't judge you that you had a child. We just wish you could like learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
It's okay not to have a child until you're financially stable, you know. Because I know I need a lot of years to heal.
Yeah. Before
I
you
still
bring
have a
somebody
lot.
here.
I want my kids to live a nice life. I want my kids not to. I don't want to be a parent that my kids have to heal from.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I try by all means not to be like in that culture where I'm like a teenage, mom and stuff. I'm not gonna put myself through that. I've been through a lot enough in life for me to put someone else through that.
Yeah.
So she hates me for taking a different path.
Yeah.
We both went to matric like at the same time because I think she failed grade 11 twice.
Okay.
My dad took her to rewrite. She didn't finish her matric. So she'll go around telling people that I bought a matric certificate. What?
So with what? You're just like a matric girl. Where do you get
like
money?
what are you saying? Do people actually buy a matric certificate?
don't
Or she's
even
just
know.
I think she's playing with me, to be honest. So she's making false narrative about me to feed her delulu, She always will be delusional, But I don't hate her because I know that she probably think I'm better than her, which I am. I don't really like saying that because it comes out as, you think you're all of that. I am, but I don't really like putting it out there. She knows that I'm gonna succeed.
Yeah.
She knows that she will be working for me in the future.
Oh.
She knows that. So she's scared that, this girl, she's stunned at this one. Yeah, so she's trying by all means to get rid of me, but it doesn't work. Yeah, and I feel like, because my therapist said the reason why your sister's dating most of your exes is the fact that she feels like you're more lovable than her. So she's trying to get a taste of what you having from those men. And that's so wrong. Because after they sleep with you, they'll just leave you like that.
Yeah.
People do trash talk my sister, and it hurts a lot because I do defend her, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do defend her. I don't think I'll sit in a table where the people are speaking about my sister.
And
I'll probably kick all of you, I don't like that. But she doesn't do the same. She doesn't.
When last did you see her?
My sister, it's been a while. I saw her, I think, last year. And she wanted to talk to me, but she couldn't because I'm not comfortable around her. Yeah. You're going around, she also made fun about the fact that I committed suicide. Yeah, she's always been like that. And she's that one person that I've always admired her from a young age. She's beautiful, she's pretty. If she can take herself seriously, she would have been far by now. So I used to look up to her.
You're also beautiful.
Thank you. I used to look up to my sister, and most of the time I wanted to be like her. I'll go to Mr. Price. If she buys a dress, I'll buy a dress like her. And then she didn't think she didn't think I'm trying to be like her or admire her. She would be like, no, she's jealous of me. She's trying to be me. No, girl.
No, I'm just a guy. I'm just a child.
I'm just a girl. So I don't hate my family, I really don't. I can't. Maybe I was like, I don't know, I'm different a lot. Like you can hurt 6. Me. Yeah, we are 6.
Where is the first
one? The first one, she's very unavailable, but she stays with in the same area as my mom. I think she's living with her boyfriend.
How old is she?
She's 28, and then she has 1 child. She doesn't text. We don't talk, but she's okay. I don't really have a problem with her.
Are you guys coming from the same mother?
From the same mother.
Okay.
Yes. And then the second one is my mom straight,
is that duplicate, one that you fight with?
Yes, they duplicated that one. Then there's me. Then there's Ayanda, the 4th one. Then there's a boy. In the middle, it's a boy. And then last one is a girl. The boy is problematic. Yeah.
And 5.
The boy is he's showing signs of being like a trouble child.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my mom doesn't understand that she's not allowing her kids to be kids. Because this one, the 4th one, she's now babysitting the 2.
She's parenting.
Guys. And she's still young. And my mom used to beat her my mom beats a child like she's beating a thug. Yeah, when I'm doing a
Security. You said she's a security.
She is. Yeah.
Is she trained? Maybe it's military.
I don't know. But if you're trained, I don't think you should be practicing those things on a child. Yeah. There are people you should be practicing those things on, not a child. So she's not allowing her kids to be kids. And it hurts me a lot because I can't do anything. I know how they're going to turn out, those kids. They probably might hate me because they think I'm distant and I'm not talking to them. But they don't know that I don't want to see that woman ever. Like, I wish her well. I pray for her sometimes that she can, she can wake up and take care of her kids, be emotionally available to your kids, protect your kids. Because they fear you, but they won't tell you because they're under your wings. They look up to you. So if they feel you like that and you treat them like that, they'll never feel safe anyway. Yeah, especially a boy. Narcissist abuse doesn't affect us the same way.
Do you think your mom is a narcissist?
She is.
Don't you think we over the word narcissism?
We don't over explain it, or maybe what's this conjure or word that I'm looking for? I don't know. English Leon. So I don't think she's aware. I don't think she's aware that she's a narcissist.
Okay.
But mostly you can't say I'm a narcissist. Yeah.
No, they don't say they're narcissists. Yeah. So you think she's a narcissist?
If we also look at it from I would say a psychological point of view, it could be that maybe things didn't work out with my dad. And also she was a victim. That one I'm not gonna...
What do you mean she was a victim?
My mom used to be abused a lot when she was young. She probably also got like the same experience as me, but narcissist abuse doesn't hit us the same way. We don't react the same way to the abuse. Some of them, we escape it and we try to be better people. Some, we become the people that created us.
Yeah.
So I think she became, because her siblings, they all went through the same abuse. She's the only one who's, she acts different from her siblings. Her siblings are like, I don't want to say doing well in life, but there are people you can chill with. They are cool. You can be around them. They are peaceful. They have their things going on. But my mom is someone that people fear. They don't want to be around her. She has that orange, yabo. And I feel like this thing is generational because there's no healing in that family.
I wanted to ask you, about, you said you were staying with your grandparents.
Yeah.
And when you're going through all these things, family guy, bo ragadi, bo mamogolo.
I have an aunt.
What are they saying?
My Auntie Marta. She was supportive, honestly, during this time when I was being abused by my mother and my cousin, her child. She used to sometimes she'll say, you know what, just go and sleep in my room, because this is just too much. And she'll always reprimand my mom, don't beat a child like that. We don't enjoy. They also went through that traumatic experience of seeing someone being, beat up almost every day. And it also somehow affected them, even though they are not aware. And my cousin used to cry every time. She's like, you're so strong. I've never met anybody like you. You're so strong. You don't even cry when somebody hits you and stuff. So it kind of affected them in that way. So my auntie is she's a perfect woman. I don't want to lie to you. She's actually one of the people that I look up to, and when I have problems, I go to her. She'll never judge me. She'll just say, you know what, pray. She introduced me to God. She said, pray in everything you do and you'll see life will be fine. Life will get better for you. And she always check up on almost every weekend. She checks me. Are you okay? Did you eat? Stuff like that. So that's when I realized that narcissist abuse doesn't affect us the same way when there's no healing. My mom doesn't surround herself with positive people. She surrounds herself with people just like her. So they tolerate her abuse and they normalize the abuse. So there's no healing in that family. That's why they're like that. So I'm not going to text, I'm not going to call. If you don't call me, I'm not going to call you. The only side of the family that I'll ever call is my dad's side. And the woman that he married, wonderful woman. She's also one of the people that are helping me heal. She reminds me every day that you will get better in life. You're gonna achieve everything that you want.
That's your stepmom.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And if you ever feel like the world is getting too much for you, you can always come home. That woman is I've never met anybody like her, and she kind of fills that void. I don't really feel like there's no mom in between because she's doing a perfect job of being that,
If I didn't have this podcast, if I didn't have the conversations I have here, I would always be shocked with people's stories. Yes, I'm shocked, but with the conversations I have here, a lot is happening in this world. And your story, I would think, or no, and no mother would do that. There's a lady I sat with here. I'll ask the production to put the episode. But it was on the Waking Wife, the Waking Woman podcast with Moi. She owns a beauty bar, Moi's Beauty.
Yeah.
She is, I'm thinking she's in her 40s now.
Yeah.
She faced rejection from her mom. Till today, I don't know if the mom is still alive or not, but that's her story. You know, she's like, we speak more about dads being douchebags, deadbeats, being bad, but nobody speaks about the mom
moms,
that is bad, that is narcissistic, that is rejecting the children. So the mom had other children, but she kept rejecting her. And she's old now, she's married, she's a powerhouse, she's working. So I want you to watch that episode as well.
I'll watch it, yeah.
Yes, there are people like you. And now they've packaged what they're going through. She's written a book and she's a powerhouse. She's married now, she's got kids. She loves... Do you know this video on TikTok that the mother was saying to the boy, "Sipo, no. That's her.
Really?
That's that woman. Yes. That's that woman whose mother rejected till today.
We never really touch on this topic about toxic moms. Like we just say absent. But mostly the reason why a man leaves you is you. You can't treat a man like that and expect him to just stay in a relationship because of abandona now. And then after that we come back as women and say men are trash or men are absent fathers. Yes, we understand some of them are absent, but mostly couldn't be in a relationship.
Yeah.
You can't work on yourself as a woman, but you expect a man to just, love you the way you are. Yeah. It's not possible.
True.
You need to work on yourself.
Yeah. Nobody speaks about the motherhood, the trashy side of motherhood.
Yeah. Because I also spoke to my sister about this. I sent her a message. I said,
the one that you're fighting with.
Yeah, you need to start fixing your life. You're 27, you're almost 30.
Yeah.
I don't want to bash her or whatsoever, but people her age are already, they are getting somewhere in life. And she bashed those people because they took a different path.
Yeah.
You can't always want to depend on men for money. That life is not nice. It's going to somehow, in a way, you're going to get tired of it. And then when you open your eyes, umdala, no degree, there's no place I want to hire you because you don't have a matric. And most of the time, manje, kufuna abantu abanetech qualifications. So she must do something about her life instead of going around talking about people. She should be asking abantu laba ukuthi, how did you build your confidence? Because then she think I posted that video because I wanted to make money on TikTok. I know women, no, please. I said TikTok is a platform where you learn a lot.
Yeah.
You will get negative comments like I did on my post, but mostly it's from women that will tell you their experience and what they went through. And there are other women that I look up to, like Tifelo, that are so confident. Those women, they will teach you how to be confident. Yeah. You take such things. And there's another one who also touched on narcissistic abuse.
Yeah.
That's when I knew her at least there's someone who relates. I don't know her name. I don't know, man. She has braces and she's also has a beauty salon in Bambi Beauty. Yeah.
Okay.
She taught me a lot about narcissistic that I didn't even know. So women like that will teach you. TikTok is a platform where you learn.
Yeah.
It's not always about making money. And I would say, you want to make money with my mom's name. They also
she's gonna come here again.
They also threatened to open a case for defamation of character.
Okay.
What defamation?
Who did you?
Exactly. Because I didn't even mention anyone. So you see, that's when I say there are things you need to learn. You can't just say you want to open a case for me. You go there to police station. They'll obviously investigate who sent the message. And then when they get there is your mom. She's going to go to jail for, you want to let defamation in your corner. It's going to go to her straight. Yabo. But I didn't go to jail. I just posted so people can see what I'm dealing with.
I think that also, it's a tactic to get you not to speak. It's also a tactic.
Yeah, I think she's also going to, maybe she has my life location. She might come and try to fight me and stuff.
Fight you where?
Where I live.
Oh.
She was asking people around in this other pub to Lagos. She's like, where does she stay? I want to know where she stays. Yeah. She's just like, but she knows she can't touch me.
Yeah.
Can't touch me because I'm gonna make sure that I make your life miserable.
Also,
I'll
you
put
must
you in
do a
jail.
protection order. Yes.
Exactly, I'll put you in jail because when I get a washayan. So no, you can't do that because I didn't do anything wrong. Honestly, I
Maybe
didn't
she's
mention.
gonna see this and reach out to.
She did reach out. God, the first message that I sent. You see that message? That one I posted about my mom. She sent me very hurtful things that I deleted because I didn't want to reflect on. I've been through that. It's fine. You guys told me that I'm unlovable. It's fine, and I won't invite them to my wedding. I get I'm unlovable. So let's stick with that. They must stick with that narrative for Kuti. I'm unlovable. I'll never be anything in life. So when I become something in life, you guys must think I don't exist. Yeah.
You know what I want you to do? I don't want you to. You are well on the right path. I'm so proud of you,
Yeah, thank you.
especially even for coming here and just also on TikTok, just saying your story. But I want you to take the power that you are giving them and wanting to prove things to them
Yeah.
and what wishing her well. She should be doing this. I want you to take that energy and take it back to you.
Yeah.
Whatever that happens with her life, it's up to her because
Yeah.
we take it so lightly. Me saying, oh no, I just wish her well. She needs to know. That's energy.
Yeah.
Like you feeling worried. No, the targets are already dira 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
That's energy, you know, and it will always just weigh on you that, yeah, oksalayo, not this, not this. Now I'm going to get married, you know. Now you go into marriages, you go into relationships just because you want to prove to them this, you know. I love that mentorship. Also, mentorship. You don't have to personally like sit with someone. Therapy. Now we get therapy through social media. So take your TikTok and use it as therapy. Use it as coaching, as mentorship. Like I'm saying, look at Moi. Moi is the same as you. She's the older version of you who says, "Oh my gosh, my mom. You know, I lived my life for." Or mamaka ampon for validation ya mamaka. There she is. She's made millions, you know. She's got a family. She's got this. She's got that. Those are the people that you need to now be looking at. Whether your sister is doing what.
I think that's also one of the traits that I'm trying to get rid of.
Yeah.
Trying to prove that I'll be everything that you guys said I will never be. And it's sort of like put a lot of pressure on me because I beat myself up when I can't, when I don't get to where I wanted to be at that moment or when I don't achieve something. So I am actually working on that. Yeah.
And also you are young. You are only 23. Some things you'll get them even better or quicker when you're growing. You know, but I just love where you are now, you know, the space that you are, the things that you're saying. It shows that man, clarity. But as you grow, some things you get them correctly or clearer when you start growing. But otherwise, Patong. Where are you now? Like, what is happening now? Where are you working? Are you in a relationship?
No, I'm not working.
Yeah.
I had to resign because the depression thing I mentioned. And I'm still job hunting.
Yeah.
And I am in a relationship. The relationship is okay. Although there are signs that, girl, you need to heal. Yeah, there are signs. Because when the guy he's also a peaceful guy. Like, I attract people like that.
Yeah.
That's when I knew that I'm actually healing. And
yes.
I'm no longer attracting abantu toxic. I can actually attract, but I can spot that, nah, this is not the one. So I'll just cut you off, block your number. I don't even need an explanation or whatsoever. So this guy that I'm dating, he's a calm person.
Yeah.
He's down to earth, like down. So when he's quiet, I get uncomfortable. Because, like, why are you quiet? Did I do something wrong? So I'd ask him constantly, are you okay? He's like, Mama, I'm okay. Stop asking if I'm okay. If I'm not, I'll let you know. You know, we talk about everything. And he's very supportive. He's a loving guy and he understands me, you know. He understands, oh, it's okay, you've been through that trauma. And he always tells me that these people don't know you the way I know you. You know, you are good. You are a good person. You are just a person who went through a lot, and you're still. I like the fact that you're healing, and you're not, you know, bring that trauma to like people that don't deserve, you know, that trauma.
You are aware.
I'm very aware that I need to heal. So once I see that I step out of character, I distance myself. Yeah, and I also made a few friends. You know. There's another one that I met. I wanted to mention her on this podcast.
Okay.
Her name is Jessica. I forgot the name. I think it's my BD.
You met her online?
I met her on TikTok.
Okay.
She's a loving person. Like,
hi, Jess.
She's like gorgeous, and she spoke life into me.
Oh, wow.
We have a prayer session. We had a prayer session last week because this week she's busy. Where we just talk about this thing. She's very supportive. Yeah. So this thing has actually opened, that circle of me meeting more people.
Yeah.
And I also met more people who are willing to offer me job opportunities,
Yes.
but I can't accept them due to the things that I don't have. So they asked me to actually like at least get a license,
Okay.
so or driving learners.
Learners, yeah.
So month end I'm gonna get it, and then I'll be set. So I'm not really stressed about the job hunting thing.
So are you being sustained by your boyfriend?
No,
Who's sustaining you?
my parents.
Which parents?
My dad.
Your dad.
And they help me out
Now
near
and
rent
then.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And I also have like a few savings, so I don't really want to drain them and stuff. So they meet me halfway. Yeah. And then they also buy me groceries. Yeah.
What job, if my people here, they are bosses, they are what job would you want to work?
I think I'm versatile.
Okay.
I just fit anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel
but
like
obviously you don't have.
I think for
higher
now, because
education.
I'm still discovering myself. That's why I fit anyway.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying that.
So you've got metric, right?
I do have metric. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So any job that metric wise or any other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, how can people reach you? An email address. Maybe?
Email address. I have it on my TikTok bio. Yeah, and they can also reach me on my WhatsApp. But I don't really like giving people my numbers.
No, don't
People are
give
so
people your
mean.
number. Yeah.
They're like, we want to hear your mom's side of the story.
Yes.
The
Maybe
other
they're
one is
gonna
like,
reach out to me.
I can go to more the side if you don't give me your mom's side. What?
Hi, Bo. Maybe your mom and
Yeah.
your sister will reach out to the podcast and we'll hear.
Yeah, maybe they can.
Maybe.
They can say their side of the. It's okay for them to.
No,
it's
it's
fair.
fair.
It's fair. It's very fair.
You know.
And I don't think it's fair for them to want that side of the story
From
in
you.
my like what I was going to record my mom and like, you know what, no, I'm not gonna do that, guys.
Yeah.
So if you want my mom's side of the story, you
Get it
can-
from her.
Yeah, get it from her. I'm not gonna give you guys my mom's context or whatsoever because I feel like most of Abandla that I saw on TikTok, the way they were so furious, they
Yeah.
might actually, go to my mom and threaten her or whatsoever.
They are
So
being
I'm-
triggered, Bonana.
Yeah.
Wait, how can I be so furious and so personal with listening to your story? So it means it's triggering me, man, just exposing
Ba re a re
me.
nna re ke batla re batla bua le ene ba re a reng and ba re ha se modimo mme
A
o.
re
A re
ke
nna
yena.
re mme ona. Yeah. They were like, I had to delete most of the comments because they were so negative, but I got like a lot of support from abantu baseTikTok. They're very supportive, Shem, and they're very understanding. Besides those that are negative, but most of them I understand that okay, it's fine. We can't always have like the same mindset.
Yeah.
But mostly it was like support, and people were like loaded in my
DMs.
my DMs.
You'll
They were
find
telling
me
hore-
too's, me too's.
Yo, they were relating. They were
Yeah.
sending me ama stories angaka.
Yeah.
I was reading through, and I was also even crying that because I know how it feels like to be in that position.
When you are still in
Yeah,
that.
when you're still a child.
Yeah.
Because now I still have like child wounds that I'm still healing. Because when I see a child like playing or whatsoever, I cry sometimes. Yeah. So, but I'm healing. It's fine. I'll
So
get
we'll
there.
put your email address here. Whoever that wants to speak to you about anything, but most importantly, job opportunities and just
Yeah.
opportunities in life, they will reach out to you. And where's your dad now? Like,
My
okay,
dad
your
stays
dad
in
is
Lepersley. He
taking
has a house in Lepersley.
with the wife and the family.
They're a beautiful family. Yeah.
But
Yeah, they're a mixture of Xhosas and vendors.
Okay.
Very mean, bona.
Yeah.
Ish,
So
ish.
your dad is vendor.
No, my dad is Xhosa. My mom is...
Your mom is vendor.
Yeah,
And then your biological mom is Tswana.
colored.
Oh, no. Guys, no. I don't want to trend for that. Like, excuse my thingy. So, say something to your mom. In that camera, say something to your mom.
Okay. I just want you guys to, give me some space and have like boundaries, like respect my boundaries and don't try to contact me on any app or whatsoever. And let me live my life, without you guys clouding me and telling me that I won't make it. If you guys feel that way, it's okay. And I really pray that you guys find the courage to heal because you've hurt so many people, maybe unaware, but one day you'll see what I'm talking about. So I just want you guys to leave me alone and let's all just live our lives without any concern or whatsoever.
Thank you so much, girl. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. And I really appreciate your vulnerability. Healing starts when you start to speak about what happened to you in your own narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for coming. Guys, anyway, I really hope you can reach out to her, especially with job opportunities. I want just her to be a working woman, man, to make money, man, you know? So, yeah, so I'll see you in the next episode. It's Love and Light from me. Bye.